The role of women in society has been greatly overseen in the last few decades, but now I will come to a more perspective to people. In the early days, women were seen as wives who were intended to cook, clean, and take care of the kids. They were not allowed to vote, while men took care of heavy jobs and pay any bills that had to be paid.
Feminism has become something of a dirty word in certain circles.
Lately, a lot of high-profile women like Shailene Woodley, Meryl Streep, and Marion Cotillard have gone on record saying they are not feminists.
There's even a group called Women Against Feminism.
But what are these women really saying when they declare they aren't feminists?
What they think they're saying is, I don't hate men, I love men.
I don't think women are better than men.
I'm not that kind of woman. You know, the crazy, bra-burning, feminazi kind. I'm a cool woman.
I don't want to put women above men.
For anyone who needs a refresher, this is what feminism means at its core.
Feminist, a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Hating men and being a feminist are actually not connected at all, not even a little bit.
Feminism is about equality of the sexes, but right now, one sex has a lot more power than the other.
Men are not systematically oppressed based on their gender, and that's a fact.
But women are, and that's a fact too.
So if you believe any of the following:
reproductive rights,
equal pay for equal work,
seeing diverse bodies, ethnicities, and gender expressions on screen and in magazines,
providing education to 62 million girls who don't have access to it,
ending sexual violence,
having women in government, having women CEOs,
you know, basic gender equality.
Surprise!
You're probably a feminist.
Feel free to identify or not identify any way you want. But if you say you're not a feminist, at least understand what the term actually means.
And if you think that you're a humanist...
Ziva, we gotta go. We just don't have time for this today.
In 1994, at Harvard University, Grace Hope and Howard Aiken developed the first computer units, the Mark I. For the device function, it was necessary to translate the written language for program codes, and was exactly what Grace has done. The clear glass was created by Catherine Blodgett. In 1935, she was able to transfer 2 layers of molecules of glass from one format to another, this preventing it from being caused distortion. He is present on the lens of cameras, glasses, microscopes, etc. The bank state, originally known as Monopoly, was created by Elizabeth Maggie in 1906. Elizabeth named the game of the landlord's game and sold it to the Parker brothers for only $500 without the My2 royalties. If the window shield do not exist, it would be a big problem driving in bad weather. Luckily, in 1903, Mary Anderson created the system for the cars. It was then that another woman came on the scene in 1917. Charlotte Bridgewood created the automatic version of the tool, facilitating its use. used widely in the industry today, which is able to withstand the impact of a shot, was created accidentally by Stephanie Kollek in 1966.
In the 19th century, Tabitha Babbitt realized that the mountain straight used by loggers and logging companies to cut wood was not the best option. It was then that in 1813 she decided to create a prototype of a circular saw which was turned by an engine manual. The beer was a creation of women. According to the historian Jane Peyton, for thousands of years, the manufacture of beer was the exclusive domain of women. There are about 7,000 of years. Women were the only ones to have permission to make the drink or have taverns. Size beer was considered a gift from a goddess. These stairs have been patented by Anna Conley in 1897. Some years later, in 1900, these stairs have become mandatory in many buildings constructed in the United States. The first solar was established by Hungarian Dr. Maria Telx. She designed the first home with this type of heating. In the middle of the year 400 BC, the mathematics, astronomer, and philosopher Hypatia of Alexandria invented the hydrometer, an instrument that measures the volume of water and is used to the present day.
According to US estimates, 24 million children will never enter a classroom. Half overall of the school children in sub-Saharan Africa will never enroll. Girls are the most disadvantaged, particularly in South and West Africa, where 8% of overall the school are unlikely to start school, compared to just 16% for boys.
Dear friends, on the 9th of October 2012, the Taliban shot me on the left side of my forehead. They shot my friends too. They thought that the bullet would silence us, but they failed. And out of that silence came thousands of voices.
So here I stand.
So here I stand.
So here I stand.
Here I stand.
One girl
among many.
I speak not for myself, but so those without a voice can be heard.
those who have fought for their rights.
The right to live in peace. The right to be treated with dignity.
The right to equality of opportunity.
The right to be educated.
We realize the importance of light when we see darkness.
We realize the importance of our voice when we are silenced.
Today I'm focusing on women's rights and girls' education because they are suffering the most.
We call upon our governments to ensure free compulsory education all over the world
for every child.
We cannot all succeed when half of us are held back.
We call upon our sisters around the world to be brave.
Around the world to be brave.
To embrace the strength within themselves and realize their full potential.
If we want to achieve our goal,
then let us empower ourselves with the weapon of knowledge and let us shield ourselves
with unity and togetherness.
Let's fight! So let us wage a glorious struggle against illiteracy,
Poverty
and terrorism.
Let us pick up our books and our pens.
They are our most powerful weapons.
One child,
one teacher, one book,
And one pen
can change the world. Education
Education is the only solution. Thank you.
Malala Yousafzai. He worked by various organizations and one of the most quoted to be laureate of the Nobel Peace Prize, Pakistan Malala Yousafzai, 16, getting notoriety of being shot in the head when leaving school. His crime was fighting for the education of girls and adolescents in Pakistan, a country dominated by the Taliban, who are opposed to the education of women. Angelina Jolie, one of the actresses more famous and desired of Hollywood, is also one of the largest activists of her time. Ambassador of the UNA, the actress coordinates and participates in programs of assistance to refugees from African countries such as Cambodia and Ethiopia. Beyoncé. One of the singers, the world's most famous, Beyoncé had one serious feminist. With this range becomes an icon of change that seeks equality between genders. The letters and performance from artists extol not only the sensuality, as well the independence and freedom of women. Chimamanda. The writer was one of the women responsible for redesigning the concept of feminism today. Chimamanda advocates equality between genders and a more just world between men and women. Emma Watson. With only 24 years, Emma Watson has been voted the Feminist Personality of 2014 in a poll conducted by the Foundation for Women in partnership with the magazine Cosmopolitan. The actress is UNA spokesman with his speeches pro-feminist. There will still be a lot of fighting for basic equality between men and women happens, both socially and in education. But we will not be silent anymore.